but should be smooth sailings here on forward. And shout out to MaxPax. Sorry, I feel like because of the connectivity issues, it kind of undercut that series. But shout out to MaxPax. MaxPax, he did do very well when it comes to defending against the aggression. Really cool to see Solar taking it all the way to the ace match. Went all the way to game 5, by the way. And honestly, I could see that going Solar's way. A lot of these games were quite close. I'm thinking of the game on Mothership, for example. I'm thinking of the game that we just had, of course, and also even I'm thinking of the Old Republic. True. The Old Republic was also very close with Solas, also failed all in, but also very, like again, like the margins were so slim on the Old Republic. So many of those games were so close, they could have gone either way. In the end, MaxPax did take it. Now we're getting into the grand finals. We have our PvP and spawning in the top right hand corner of Celestial Enclave. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. Oh, for T1, it is a herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player for Denmark. Representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is MaxPax. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Whew, as I hold my breath to make sure that we stay connected to StarCraft. Meanwhile, big shout out to PiGosaur Cup, papi, gifting 10 subs to the community. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, papi. Also, for those who don't know, for those who do not know, PiGosaur, he is the organizer of the event. There's a reason why this is not called the Pig Cup. It's called the PiGosaurus Cup, or the PiGosaur Cup, because of PiGosaur. He is the organizer, he is the admin. Without him, this would not be possible. Pig is a sponsor of the event, but PiGosaur has been running the event for even longer, even before Pig was sponsoring, back when it was the Stegosaurus Cup, back when it was the Ursasaurus Cup as well. So again, big shout out to Stegosaurus, a very passionate fan of StarCraft. I believe was even were you at SC for All? I know you were helping with the event, maybe even at the event itself, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the work that you do, for the passion, for the tournaments. Thank you, puppy, thank you. Stegosaurus. He's a dinosaur. Meanwhile, we do see herO going for a more economic start. He does go for the Nexus first in the pocket base, and going for the gas seal as well. Meanwhile, MaxPax goes for the gate expand into Cybercore. So MaxPax going for his own natural, a much more valuable expansion. herO going for a greedier build, but going for a half a base instead. So we'll see if this benefits herO in the long run. herO does go for a 2-gate response, and MaxPax setting it for the proxy. Proxy what? Looks like proxy Stargate. Cybercore's back at home. I'm assuming Stargate just because of the short rush distance by air. Very short by air. Second gas on the low ground. There it is. Stargate's on the way. So MaxPax is going for the Oracle. The Oracle is designed to harass and to wreak havoc in the bases. We'll see if herO can recognize what's going on and can prepare. Now herO, oh, did he notice lack of pylon, right? The second pylon was missing. Second pylon was nowhere to be found. We know that it was a proxy. herO, does he piece it together? As we have our own kind of like quirky setup. Stargate's almost done. herO, he does have some stalkers at home to defend, only some. He's fanning out. He's scouting. Yeah, he's checking. He's checking the right hand side. He will fan on over, and it looks like herO, he will find the proxy. Very nice scouting here. Again, this is a more obvious proxy location. herO does find it, and herO, he will prepare back at home, getting his stalkers in position. Is the semifinal? Yeah. The semi is also best of 5. Sorry about the discount. Oh, it's okay, Bobby. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you for all the SZ for all co-stream, by the way. Oh, always. We're always there for Cheesedelphia, for NA StarCraft. Always. Also producer, yeah. Thanks for sponsoring. Well, Pig is the sponsor. Like, Pig is the sponsor. Stegosaurus, he is the organizer. And also puts in a lot of his own money as well. True. There's going to be 4 probes going down. Decent damage here from MaxPax. Decent. Sound and video engineering. Lots of fun and a long weekend. Oh, there you go. There you go. Estes. He was the man behind the screen. He was production. From here, we do see MaxPax claiming his third base. So probe does move out. Likewise, herO taking his own as well. Economy is going to be slightly in favor of MaxPax. It also helps that he has a proper base. Meanwhile, herO, again, he has half a base instead. So limited saturation is limited. Oh, true, and if you're curious where Pig is, Pig usually does cover this event, but Pig is traveling over to Canada. He's traveling to Canada to cover... Oh, sorry, he's already traveled to Canada to cover Stellarfest, which is another event that's happening in the Americas. And I believe that was this morning. I believe day one was this morning. Or earlier today. That makes more sense. So far, we've had a pretty passive mid-game here. As we're getting to the mid-game, again, this entire time, MaxPax has had the slightly better economy, the slightly higher probe count, I should emphasize. Now claiming his third base, building up into his own Blinkstalker heavy composition. We do see that here he's taking up in towards charge. Meanwhile, MaxPax heads towards the pocket base. hero's out of position. Oh, blinks in. Yeah, blinks in. Breaks through the stalkers, gets into the middle line. Boys are being pulled, and probes are going down. Ay, ay, ay. Again, here he's racing on over, and MaxPax can just blink away. He can blink away. We'll lose one stalker in the process. Oracle back into the natural. hero's being pulled apart. 8 up to almost 9. Here we go, 9 probes. 9 probes do go down the Oracle. Oh no! Does not get away. Nice flank out of herO. Shuts down the Oracle. And with that, herO, economically, he's on the gutter, right? Economically, he is struggling here. Losing so many probes. And soon this will translate, this should translate into a larger army for MaxPax. He's getting there. +1 on the way, charge as well. MaxPax taking a 4th. Again, just ignoring the pocket. Ignoring the pocket expansion. Now, when it comes to the quality of the army, I will say that even though herO is struggling economically, he does have earlier charge. He's working on +, I mean, both players are working on +2. But Zealots, they are a very efficient unit. They're very cheap. They're great at tanking. They're going to be incorporated a little bit earlier on, and there's maybe a window in time here where herO can try to make use of that, but MaxPax, he is catching up in regards to that upgrade. He's almost there. And hero's just expanding. Like, herO, he's taking a more defensive stance instead. And now you can see the supplies start to deviate. You see MaxPax take that lead, and he should be able to extend that lead even further. From here, building up into Charge of Archon Immortal. Temple Archives on the way, that's going to be for the Archon production. Charge is finishing up. The reason why you need Archons is because when it comes to the evolution of your army composition, you have initially Blinkstalker, then Blinkstalker with a Zealot support. Because Zealots can be so efficient against Blinkstalkers, you need the Archons, right? The Archons, they're the answer to the Mass Zealot. Zealots are harassing on the right hand side. hero's in position. herO does defend. We do trade head on. herO, he does defend, he does survive, he does maintain his 4 bases. But again, MaxPax getting further ahead, warping in more units. We have a Stargate on the way for herO. Bold move. There's a Stargate. MaxPax is moving out. We're waiting for the Warp Prism. Warp Prism's on the way. And here comes MaxPax. So here we go, we're warping in those last 2 Archons. MaxPax is about to max out, and then he can just collapse on herO. And again, there hasn't been too much going on this game. It's just been that slight economic lead the entire game for MaxPax. And when I say slight lead, it was like a 10+ worker lead. herO's getting caught out. MaxPax has a terrifying army. And he can move in. Okay, from here, we can just push in. There's the recall. Pushing up this ramp is not going to be easy, though. Said MaxPax looking for another way in. Ooh, herO, he rotates over to the right-hand side. There's an opening. Yeah, there's an opening. herO's out of position. The base is going to go down. The robo as well. Oof. Yeah, MaxPax makes his way up the ramp. Getting on top of the Immortals. And should just overwhelm. Yeah, he should and he will. And with that MaxPax, he will look to take a lead in the series. As it cleans up all the Immortals, more reinforcements on the way. herO's down to 1 Stalker. No! Stalker doesn't blink away. GG gets called, and MaxPax takes game number 1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, for the entirety of the game, MaxPax did have an economic lead, and he never lost it. Never did lose it. Just maintained that greater economy throughout the entire game. GG. GG, well played. Meanwhile, hopefully I don't get left behind. So I just have to restart my client. I'm coming back, Pappy. I'm coming back. So we're getting into game 2. Okay, beautiful. Whew, okay, we're good. We're good to go. We're jumping to game number 2. Game 2 is going to be on 10,000 feet, so we go from one of the more larger macro maps into one of the more aggressive maps here. Here we go. 10,000 feet does favor aggression, a bit of a shorter rush distance by ground, likewise more exposed bases, and we're expecting to see a more dynamic early to mid game here in comparison to what we just saw on Celestial Enclave, which instead was more of like an incremental lead from MaxPax, slowly getting a better and better economy until he just overwhelmed with a larger supply. But here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss for Psystorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. True. Hi. Not wrong. We are at 10,000 feet. Not like this. I do struggle with the map name. I keep wanting to say 10,000 atmospheres. Especially early on during the TLMC voting phase. It was a struggle. But yes, the other direction. The other way. As so far we are going to be opening up. This time there's no pocket base to tempt us. There is a third base here on the right hand side that can be taken a little bit later on. For the most part, your 2-base setup is relatively secure. And we have 2 gate opener out of herO, likewise 2 gate opener out of MaxPax. 2 gate openers all around. But herO does fan out with his probe. Hello, you have my attention. So it looks like here he will hide his pylon. You can see here this little alcove on the left hand side. This is either going to be a fake proxy pylon or a proxy Stargate. When it comes to proxy Stargate locations, the more obvious location would be here outside of the main base, would be here a little bit further outside of the main base, all the way on almost hero's side of the map. This is where it's a little bit harder to really scout, so unlikely for MaxPax to find this. The downside, of course, is that it's a little bit further away, so it takes a little bit longer for the Oracle to get into the main, for the Oracle to harass. But the Cybercore is done, and we are expecting said Stargate. Now, technically, the other option this could be is a proxy Twilight Council into proxy Dark Shrine, but there we go. We do have the Stargate. Let's go. So Stargate into Oracle, into harass. This is not an all-in. This is just a way to gain an economic lead. MaxPax is checking, but as we mentioned, yeah, he's checking the more obvious location. So he's checking here at the forward, kind of like fifth base location and then checking the third base location. Like, these are the two more obvious locations, and he will not find the proxy. So he's rotating in. Meanwhile, we have a Stargate opener defensively back at home, so regular Stargate opener out of MaxPax. He could just blindly go Phoenix, which would be crazy, but possible. Perhaps they do not get into the main. They don't quite get in. Oracle's on the way, just about to finish up here for herO. Meanwhile, we do have an Oracle opener out of MaxPax as well. Yo, can we get a Stalker? Stalker's under fire. Here he wants it. The probe does scout the Oracle. Back at home, do we get a warp in? The boys are pulled away. Yeah, the boys are pulled away. Quick reaction here by MaxPax. Does pull back to the shield battery. But MaxPax still has 0 economy. Oh my god. 0 mining in the main. Again, MaxPax caught with his pants down. He has to wait for the Oracle, wait for the Stalker. Now he can transfer, but again, so much lost mining time in the main base. Ay, ay, ay. Very nice damage here by herO. He doesn't kill anything, but he does deny so much mining. Does find one probe. Second Oracle arrives, but last there is a Phoenix. herO doubling back around. Ooh, may lose an Oracle. Yeah, the Oracle does fall. Nice pick up here by MaxPax. Second one gets into the main base, going for the stasis. MaxPax does react in time, does pull away. And where exactly are we here? With MaxPax saving his own Oracle, with MaxPax hunting down the second Oracle as well. I want to give the edge to MaxPax, kind of. I mean, I say that herO does have the slightly better economy, true. He's up by 3. In the end, that's what matters here. He's up by 3 workers, so he has a slight economic lead. Let's say 3 is up by 4. So here he has a better economy. Ooh, meanwhile, the probes, yeah, they're locked into the main. Here he has faster blink, so he's ahead. So here he has the better economy, and he has faster tech as well. What does MaxPax have? Now, he still has potential for damage. He still has the Oracle, and he has the Phoenix. So we can still find some more damage. As there's the Oracle for MaxPax. Here he's vying for map control. He's rallying across the map. Remember, here he has the earlier blink timing. He has the higher Stalker count. And here he's pushing here and now. How many Stalkers to defend? 3. So MaxPax, he has less than half the Stalker count. And here he's moving in. Can he 2-shot? Yeah, he can. He can 2-shot. Ooh, he'll lose one of the Stalkers. And one Stalker goes down. But here he can just keep applying pressure. Defends against the Phoenix. Oracle dips in. It's 1. Gets 1 probe. MaxPax lost 4. And when behind a Dark Shrine. Okay. We have DTs on the way for MaxPax. Let's go. I believe we still have an Oracle. No, never mind. Here he lost his Oracle. So currently 0 detection, at least until the Robo does finish. So Robo's on the way. MaxPax does have a reputation in PvP for DTs, so here is working towards that. Here blinks in. Jesus. Oh my god, snipes the Oracle. Not bad. Nice snipe on the Oracle. A bit of miscontrol there by MaxPax. Throws away a Stalker. Every Stalker does count. Oh, blinks in, going for the dive. And he gets 1, 2, 3 more Stalker kills. Ay, 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 this is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand, getting out of control. And picking on more probes, getting another Stalker. And this is quickly becoming game-winning damage. As MaxPax cannot keep up, the Hail Mary play is going to be the Dark Shrine. But there's already an Observer. Yeah, here comes the defensive DT. Defensive Dark Templar. Here he blinks away. Being as efficient as possible. we have the 1 Dark Templar, so the 2. He's moving up back at home. We have plenty of observers. We have 1 here between the bases, 1 at the 3rd. And GG. GG gets called. herO will tie the series 1-1. GG. Whew. And we have a back and forth. We have a series again. herO, he was able to take an early economic lead, maintain it, of course, and with that lead, he was hyper aggressive. The earlier Twilight Council, earlier blink timing, and herO was very in the face of MaxPax, ensuring he would cripple MaxPax before he had a chance to recover. GG. GG, well played. Again, it was just a really unfortunate start for MaxPax because he did miss the Stargate. He missed the proxy. If you recall, he was scouting. That's why there was no shield battery in the main base mineral line. He believed there was no proxy. He believed there was no Stargate at least, but alas, was mistaken. And now we're getting to game 3. We're getting into game 3. Just catching up in the chat. And game 3 is going to be on Tidal Citadel. It's going to be another one of these larger maps. The size of the map I feel like matters a little bit less in PvP just because of the warping mechanic. But it is going to be a larger map. Let's go. We go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Tidal Citadel, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss tying up the series 1-1 in that last game. For T1, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. For Sidestone Gaming, it is MaxPax. Here we go. We're getting to our PvP. We're getting into game number 3 to determine who will take a lead in the series. We're tied up 1-1, and we'll keep an eye on the openers of choice as well. Last game, we had 2 gate openers. Of course, herO was able to pop off with the proxy Stargate, with the proxy Oracle. This time, do we proxy? Do we not? As so far, both games, game 1, MaxPax went proxy Stargate. Game 2, it was herO. Game 3, do we proxy at all? Do we not? MaxPax does move out. Does move out with the early scout. Does spot the probe. Eyes are on herO. Max actually is checking for the proxy or for the pylon location. Here he does deviate towards the left hand side. I don't know if you noticed, but herO, his initial trajectory for his probe was actually pushing towards the right, and then once he got down to the low ground, he did move over towards the left hand side instead. So he knows that MaxPax saw the probe moving towards the right hand side, so he proxies in the center, actually leaning towards the left. So MaxPax, he will confirm that a pylon is missing, and in MaxPax's mind, he should first be checking the right-hand side instead. As he's going for a gate cyber expand, oh, greedy build out of MaxPax. herO, he's blindly going for a one base all in. This is not a Stargate, this is something more committed. There it is, a Robo, one base all in, and you can see MaxPax checks the right-hand side. Remember, he saw the probe heading in this direction, that's why he's checking here. So does check the right-hand side first. Then he's going to rotate over towards the left, and he will miss the proxy dead set in the center. And again, MaxPax is going for a greedy build. He's going for a faster nexus, faster second base. The Stargate does help. He can make Void Rays defensively, but alas, the Robo, the Immortals are coming. And you can see MaxPax checking for the proxy Stargate on the right-hand side as well. He does move forward and he will find it. There we go. He does confirm. He does confirm, but the Robo is already done. The all-in is coming his way. Void Ray here to defend. Now, Void Rays, they have their place in the early game. Specifically in this kind of situation, you need Void Rays to defend. It's the only way, and even then, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy here. Void Rays are not as ideal compared to Immortals, just because they're quite heavily reliant on their prismatic alignment. Immortals on the way. Sentries are rallying. Here, he is forced to make a shield battery in the main. Adepts say get into the middle line. 2 Adepts take one-shot probes. They can and they will. They go on. They get 2. 2, 3, getting up to 4 kills. Getting up to 5. Oh, not just 4. As Adepts say, shade out. Shades out, he shades away. Reinforcing sentries have arrived. And he can always force field the ramp. He's holding onto those force fields. Second Void Race coming in. There's so far 2 shield wires on low ground. Adepts they commit. Gets into the main. More probes are going down. Ay. Yeah, more economic damage. More probe kills. 4, 5, 6 oh god, this is getting out of hand. Yeah, it's becoming too much. As he can cancel the shade. Yep, does cancel. Oh, and MaxPax is getting crippled here. 8 probes. 9 probe kills. MaxPax down to 15 workers. Yes, he has 2 bases, but his economy is worse. His economy is struggling, but he's building up his Void Rays. True. He's up to 3. Up to 3 Void Rays. That's still a lot of Stalkers. herO does move in. And shields are activated. Saves the Immortal. Now what I like here, do you notice? Prismatic alignment activated on just one. Just 1 Void Ray. He's holding on to 2. As we mentioned before, the big weakness of Void Ray defense is your prismatic alignment, so you have to rely on it quite heavily, so it's good to stagger. You have to stagger your prismatic alignments. There we go, it does have 82. But alas, the number's not in his favor. Shield batteries are depowered. Depowered to shield batteries, Void Rays are exposed. GG gets called as herO overwhelms, and herO will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Ooh, GG, well played again. herO, I mean, sure, the all-in was nice, but the harass, the adept harass was insane, killing so many workers and crippling MaxPax. He could not keep up, he could not maintain his army. GG. Couldn't warp in, couldn't afford to, and herO is 1 game away from claiming the series. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Cosmos. Papi, Cosmos. Fala galera, papi. Gracias, obrigado. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream, hope you had a great ladder session, hope you had a great time, and welcome to the finals of the PiGosaur Cup. Welcome to the finals here of PiGosaur Cup number 56. As herO, he's up at 2-1. Oh, my apologies. Looks like there we go. herO's up 2-1, and herO, he's 1 game away from claiming the series. The pressure is on MaxPax. Pressure is on. Here we go. But obrigado. Este Cosmos. Thank you. As we are getting into our next game. As we are loading into Mothership. And spawning in the bottom side of Mothership, we have the South Green Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss. Oh, the Blue Protoss himself. Leading the series 2-1 for T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming down in the series. He has to win here and now to force the ace match. It is MaxPax. Here we go. Here we go. And again, thankfully, we haven't had any like connectivity issues ever since we turned on our VPN. So that's a bit of a PSA out there. Like, routing to Blizzard StarCraft servers is not good. it's very unreliable, and very wise to have your VPN ready for that sort of thing. Smurge, papi, smurge. At least from Australia. I know that routing from Australia is not ideal. For now though, MaxPax moves out. He will scout top right. He will confirm that herO is nowhere to be found. Welcome to Mothership. Mothership is a 3-player spawn map. Also, my apologies, I remember there was a comment made earlier, but I wasn't able to respond to it. Someone was asking, are these maps confirmed for the new ladder map pool? The answer is no. I mean, some of these maps will be a part of the new ladder map pool, but we don't have confirmation yet of which maps that's going to be. I will say it's a very safe assumption to make that Mothership will make it in, right? Mothership most likely will make it through. At the end of the day, like, TLMC voting is a popularity contest, and 3-player small maps, they get a lot of attention. So I can, Last Fantasy got first place last time. I can see Mothership getting first place, which confirms that it will be a part of the map pool. There are some maps that I assume will be, like Mothership and 10,000 feet. I think 10,000 feet is probably a sure thing as well. But we have to wait for full confirmation. In my mind, I feel like 10,000 feet, Celestial Enclave, and Mothership are probably sure things in, but we'll see. For now, herO, another proxy gateway, let's go. He's committing here into his all-in. 2 gates at home, 1 gate across the map. There's not going to be a 4-gate, sorry, there's not going to be a proxy robo, but all-in nonetheless. Meanwhile, economic opener. Oh my god, gate cyber expand before the Stargate. This is even greedier than last game. Very greedy build here by MaxPax. He scouts, he confirms that a pylon is missing. He is looking. You can see he's looking for the proxy, looking for the pylon. MaxPax, he knows something is wrong. Safety shield batteries on the way. And he scouts. Yeah, he scouts, he confirms, he sees the gateway. Here he's rallying across the map. He's here to end the game. Let's go. It's all or nothing for herO. He's rallying in. The shield battery is not quite done. Does get a bit of hull damage on the adept. Now working on the shield battery. Now he has to kite back. He has to wait for his reinforcements. So far, nice control. So far, only losing shields. Hasn't taken any hull damage yet. So Void Rays on the way. Void Rays again, they are a must to defend. But MaxPax has to be so careful. There's a force field. Sorry, there's a force field. Locks down the adept. Adept is locked down. We're forcing energy to be spent. Adept falls. Shield wipes out of energy. Now we're going for the pylon. Yeah, that's not Toast's pylon as well. Is being charged down. Nice energy overcharge. Cybercore is exposed. Sentry will fall. Sentry gets sniped. That's so many stalkers here. That's going to be 9 stalkers. Cybercore goes down. No more stalkers. No more warp-ins. I mean, he had no warp gate. True. No warp gate. No warp-ins. He's making 1 Void Ray at a time. He's making a wall of cannons. Oh my god. Going for the pylon. Pylon does go down. Takes out the pylon. Again, there's 2 cannons behind this. Oh, snipes the stalker. herO does poke in. Couple of these stalkers are low. 1 stalker gets sniped. And again, we have 2 cannons. We gotta respect the prismatic alignment. We gotta respect it. Up. Up. Okay, you can see herO being so careful with his movement. Adepts, they look to shade in. They're shading into the mineral line. Cybercore is rebuilt. And probes are falling. Yeah, probes are falling. Do we have a gateway? No gateway. Yeah, no gateway anyway. Robo's on the way. But herO, he has momentum. There's another prismatic alignment. Adepts, they shade into the main. Probes are going down. Yeah, brutal economic damage here. herO does get 1 gateway. He bleeds out a stalker. That's 1. That's 2 stalkers going 3. 4 stalker kills. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of stalkers going down. herO does at least cripple the economy. But herO does lose a lot of momentum there. That was a bit of a careless attack from herO, but he still does have how many? 12 stalkers. Takes down the final cannon. He's rushing in. Gets 1. Gets 1. Gets 2. There's 1 Void Ray left. And he should bring it down. Yeah, he should bring it down. The final Void Ray does fall. And with that, he's done it. GG gets called. herO, he breaks the defensive line. And herO, he will take the series 3-1, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Again, MaxPax going for a very greedy build, winding it back. He went for a Gate, Cyber, Nexus before the Stargate, so a very greedy build out of MaxPax, and herO did commit into his all-in. More importantly, he was able to snipe the Cyber Core, which means delayed Robo, and there was no Warp Gate, so no Warp-ins either. MaxPax, once the Cyber Core went down, that was game then and there. He was on a timer. He was able to rebuild and start his Robo, but alas, didn't have the time to actually get his Robo up and running. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to herO, as he is going to be our champion. So congratulations. Shout out to MaxPax. MaxPax, he was able to hold his own. I would say that this series, MaxPax did rely a little bit too heavily on greedy builds on the faster bases. This is something that MaxPax stopped doing a couple of months ago, but recently he has started up again. I'm not too sure why. I think he just wants to vary things up and be unpredictable, but he is vulnerable to all-ins as a result because of this. Again, back in the day, a couple of years ago, or really a year ago, MaxPax, he was known for this build. He was known for going for this this gateway into Cybercore, into Stargate, into Nexus, into Stargate, or Stargate into Nexus. He was known for this greedy build, and he would often have amazing defense, but it's a new patch, right? Times have changed. Shield battery overcharge was removed. Now we have the NG overcharge instead, and that has weakened the defensive prowess of MaxPax. It's been forcing him to go for more 2-gate openers, which we saw a couple of times in the series, but again, he's been mixing in this more greedy style, and it is weaker than it once was. It is weaker, it is more vulnerable, it can be punished that much more. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations to herO, and a shout out to MaxPax. Shout out to Solar as well. Solar did make it to the semifinals, and honestly, I can see a world where Solar could have been here against herO instead of MaxPax, right? Like, remember, Solar had so many close and clutch games against MaxPax, very, very close games, but alas, in the end, did barely fall. Likewise, we had Creator. He also went to the ace match against herO as well. Didn't quite win, but did force the ace match. Sorry, did take a game, I should say. That was the best of 5. So shout out to Creator, also holding his own. Meanwhile, GG, well played. Just catching up. Oh, good. Oh, but yeah, GG, well played. With that, congratulations here to herO, and with that, we're wrapping up for the morning. I say for the morning, we have another cast later on tonight. As you can see here on my right hand side, this is our schedule. This is our weekly schedule here. Very, very intense schedule. A lot of matches, a lot of StarCraft. It's going to be an intense week, or it is an intense week of StarCraft. As you can see here, we're going to be live at 6 p.m. KST. That's going to be at 8 p.m. AEST. 5 hours. We're going to be live in 5 hours with our next cast. That is going to be the grand finals of the Crank Gathers Season 2 tournament. That is a team league tournament, 6-team invitational. We've been covering it for the past week. And on Monday, we finished up the lower bracket finals. Tonight, we have the grand finals. Grand finals between Basilisk and Team Liquid, best of 13. If you haven't been watching, if you haven't heard of this, where have you been? I highly recommend the VODs. Over the past week of play, we've been featuring this return of Team League format, This is a 6-team invitational. It was Team Falcons, Team Vitality. So Team Falcons, Team Vitality, Team Liquid, Shopify Rebellion, Streamer Zone, and Basilisk. 6 teams were facing off in a Team League Pro League format, and best of 2s were also a part of those matches as well. So there were best of 2s alongside the best of 1s, and we have a best of 13 finals between Basilisk and Team Liquid. They're the top two teams of the league, and they're facing off in that finals. If you're curious, best of 13, how does that work? They reveal their first lineups ahead of time, a day ahead of time. It's going to be 4 matches first, and then they refresh their roster, and then they do another 4, and then another 4. So it goes from 4, then to 8, then to 12, if the series goes that far. Best of 13 is first to 7. First to 7 do claim the series. So best of luck to Basilisk, best of luck to Team Liquid. Again, that's going to be in 5 hours. It's going to be in 5 hours time. As we do have the OSC Rising Star tournament tomorrow morning, we have the Pondcast tomorrow evening, we have Warriors TV Monday on Friday, we have KSL, PiGosaur Cup, SDO, and STC. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft, and yeah, we'll see you guys later on tonight, or we'll see you tomorrow for some more StarCraft action. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, you can support us. You can support us if you wish via following us on the socials. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis. Plenty of content on YouTube. It's all there on YouTube, !YouTube, or socials in the chat. It's all there. Likewise, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Join us on Discord as well. Shout out to Blakadoos for subscribing for 26 months, papi. Thank you so much, Blakadoos, for the support. We do appreciate it. And if you want to support us even further, Patreon, Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis, so you can help us to grow the prize pool of our tournaments through Patreon. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Otherwise, we'll see you guys later on tonight or tomorrow for some more StarCraft. See you then. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you then.